Hi everybody, Miss Val here to do a special Sunday school lesson for today, which is, March 28th. And normally we do a family lesson where we give you all the materials to do the lesson at home. But because it's a special week, this week in the life of the church, we thought we would do a special Sunday school lesson for you. Okay, so today we call Palm Sunday at church, and if you go to church today, you will get a palm branch to remind us of the day Jesus rode into Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover season with the people of the town. But by the end of the week, Jesus will have been hung on a cross and died, and next Sunday is a super special day. It's Easter Sunday, and that's the day we remember Jesus rising from the dead and bringing new life to the world. So Friday, so it's a very busy week in the life of the church. So we have special days this week. Today is Palm Sunday, special day. Thursday is called Maundy Thursday, and normally when we were able to gather all together, we would have a Seder meal at church where we would all have a special meal together to remember the Passover meal that the Jewish people had and celebrated every year. And then Friday we call Good Friday, and that's the day we remember Jesus being crucified and dying on the cross. And then Sunday is Easter Sunday, and that's the day we remember Jesus rising from the dead and bringing new life to the world. It's a very special week. So today I'm going to tell you a little story using a sand dollar. So in your bag, you should find, in your craft bag, you should have 2 sand dollars, and they should be wrapped up in bubble wrap so they don't hopefully haven't broken. And you should have 2 because one, when I tell the story, we're actually going to break it open. And the other one is to keep for afterwards, that's so it's not broken, so you can remember the story. Okay? So, before we start the story, a couple things. I want you to look at your sand dollar, and you will notice there is a side that's got a bump, right? Like that. And then you'll see a side that's flat. Okay? So, there's 2 sides to that. And there are 2 different flowers I wanted to show you pictures of that are part of our story. So, the first flower is this one. Does anybody know what this one is? It's called an Easter lily, that's right. And we see them a lot around Easter time because they're a spring flower and spring is just starting. And they remind us of new life, and they're white, so that's purity, like Jesus is a pure and holy individual. So this is a Easter lily. Okay, that's one of the flowers. And the other flower I want to show you a picture of is this one. Does anybody know what this one is? This is a poinsettia, and it is usually a flower that we get and we decorate with at Christmas time. So you've probably seen both these flowers at church or maybe in your house during Easter and Christmas time. Okay, so they're both part of our story. So I wanted to make sure to show you a picture, okay? All right. Okay, so everybody, take one of your sand dollars, and I want you to hold it with the bump part facing up, right? So we want to look at that side of the sand dollar. Are you ready for the story? Okay. There's a pretty little legend that I would like to tell of the birth and death of Jesus that's found in this little shell. If you look real closely, you'll find there 4 nail holes. Can you see the 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4 nail holes for when Jesus was nailed to the cross. Those are his hands and his feet, right? And then there's a 5th one from a Roman spear. So when Jesus was hung on the cross, the very end after he had died, a Roman soldier punctured his side to make sure he was really dead, and that's where this hole comes from. So that's where the 5th hole is, the Roman soldier's spear poking Jesus. Okay? So you have got 4 nail holes and a 5th one made by a Roman spear. On one side, the Easter lily. So look really closely. I'm going to hold mine way up there. One side is the Easter lily, and in the center, if you look very closely at the middle of that, there's a star. And the star is to remind us of the star that appeared in the sky when Jesus was born, and the wise men followed from afar. Okay, now I want you to turn it over. Look at the other side. The Christmas poinsettia, can you see that on the other side? It looks like another flower. The Christmas poinsettia is etched on the other side. It reminds us of his birthday, our happy Christmas tide. So that's to remind us of the red flower, the poinsettia. Okay? Now, you break it open. So I'm going to break mine open, and you could have one of your grown-ups help you. Now break the center open, and let me see if I can do it. And here you will release. I'm going to shake them out in my hand. Let's see if I can get them all out. Let's see. All right. You will release 5. I'm going to show you in my hand. These little pieces. Okay, can you see them? Break the center open. You will release the 5 white doves that were awaiting to spread goodwill and peace. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't they look like little doves? Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? So, this little symbol Christ left for you and me to help us spread the gospel through all eternity. So this little shell reminds us of Jesus' birth, because of in the middle of the one side is a star that reminds us of the star that was in the sky when he was born, and the back reminds us of the poinsettia flower, which we see at Christmas time, which is when we celebrate Jesus' birthday. And then on this side again, we see the Easter lily, so that reminds us of his death and resurrection. We see the holes remind us of his death, where he was nailed to the cross, and the lily reminds us of him rising from the dead to new life in the world. And the 5 little dove shapes remind us that when Jesus rose from the dead, he brought peace and goodwill to the world, and that is what we should do too. That's our job in the world. Okay? All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and everybody should still have one sand dollar that's not broken that you can keep around your house to remember the story. So I wish everybody a happy Palm Sunday and a blessed Easter, and we will see you for Sunday school next month. Bye, everybody.